In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of this meeting of the Atlantic County Board of Chosen Freeholders was provided in the following manner: published in the Press of Atlantic City and mailed to the Current, the Daily Journal, the Hamilton Gazette, the Hamilton News, and has been posted on the bulletin boards in the Atlantic County Office Building in Atlantic City, the Stillwater Building in Northfield, and the County Clerk's Office in East Landing. If we could all please rise for an opening prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance.
O God, in whom we live and move and have our being, we humbly pray thee so to guide and govern us by thy Holy Spirit, that in all the cares and occupations of our daily life, we may remember that we are ever walking in thy sight. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, as we get seated, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Certainly. Freeholder Dave will not be here today. He's attending a town hall meeting in Galloway for the opioid epidemic.
Yes.
Bennett?
Here.
Bertino?
Here.
Corsi?
Present.
Fitzpatrick?
Here.
Ramita?
Here.
Kern?
Here.
Risley?
Here.
And Gatto.
Here. Okay, you've all had an opportunity to review the minutes of April 9th, 2019. If there's no corrections, I'll entertain a motion to adopt the minutes as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any freeholder comments on that one? Okay, let's have a roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Ramita?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. Okay, we are going to start our day off with a wonderful presentation to the one and only Whitney Ullman, better known as Go To Whitney, who is being honored as the Atlantic City, as part of the Atlantic City Host Awards 2019 Spirit of Hospitality recipient. So, Freeholder Fitzpatrick, I know you brought this up, so why don't we all meet at the microphone? Freeholder Fitzpatrick, do you want to say a few words?
Sure. So, just stand back.
Stand this way so people can see you. They know who you are. Let everybody else know.
Okay. So I was looking at this resolution and, trying to see if I could make it shorter, but I can't skip any of it. So I'm just going to read it.
Okay.
That's okay. And it says, Atlantic County Board of Chosen Freeholders Legislative Branch Proclamation honoring Whitney Ullman. Whereas Whitney Ullman was born in Atlantic City and is known as a go-to resource and strategic alliance for many of our area's key players and businesses. And whereas over the last decade, Whitney Ullman made it her mission to provide comprehensive coverage focused on Atlantic City and has played an integral part in forging hundreds of professional connections through her networking expertise. And whereas with over 15 years in the media industry, Whitney Ullman's Go To Whitney and the City Pulse brands primarily focus on Atlantic City-based celebrity interviews, entertainment happenings, restaurant coverage, and VIP events, all of which she makes every effort to place on both local and national media platforms. And whereas Whitney Ullman's work can be found on a multitude of outlets, including Fox 29, PHL 17, ACweekly.com, NJ.com, Phillies Bound Magazine, E! News, Access Hollywood, TMZ, WMCN, and more. And whereas, while Whitney Ullman was building her career in front of the camera, she also spent years volunteering behind the scenes in various community organizations. And whereas Whitney Ullman was the president of the Greater Atlantic City JCs and the New Jersey Association of Women Business Owners for Atlantic and Cape May counties, and whereas Whitney Ullman served as a councilwoman for 4 years in Galloway Township and on the board of the Alcove, and whereas because of her long-lasting and significant contribution to the Atlantic City region's hospitality and tourism industry, Whitney Ullman will receive the Spirit of Hospitality Award at the 2019 Atlantic City Host Awards ceremony on May 8th. Now therefore be it proclaimed on this 7th day of May 2019 by the Atlantic County Board of Chosen Freeholders that this board does hereby honor and congratulate Spirit of Hospitality Award for her outstanding service to this community. And be it further proclaimed that this board does hereby thank Whitney Ullman for her many years of dedicated and unselfish service to the citizens of the Atlantic City and the Atlantic County, New Jersey area. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for this award. It's very humbling, and as you know, I've been doing this for over 10 years, just working towards, bringing a positive light to the area. And I always do my best to do that, so it's nice to be recognized for that. So thank you so much, and thank you for everything that you guys do for the area as well. Because I know sometimes, you get more complaints than you get compliments. So thank you. That's all.
And we appreciate everything. You are so positive. You are such a hard worker, kind of always out there plugging along yourself, getting things started, and you just do an amazing job. And you also invite people into your homes often on social media, so we get to see some of her cooking and her family life and her famous yard sales and stuff, which is all very entertaining and so much fun.
Thank you.
And I think that's why people love you. You're so down to earth.
Thank you.
And just so relatable, but also just such a cheerleader for our area. So congratulations again. One more time, round of applause for Whitney. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Whitney. Congrats.
Thank you guys so much. I love to stay.
Believe me, we understand.
All right. Next, we will go ahead and move on with our resolutions.
272, Chapter 159, State of New Jersey, Department of State, Division of Elections, Helping America Vote Act 2018, in the amount of $24,119.65.
Move.
Okay, motion and second. Any questions or comments? Any comments from the public? Okay, roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes, 273.
Chapter 159, State of New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety, Office of the Attorney General, Victims Witness Advocacy, Stop Violence Against Women Act 2018, in the amount of $65,351.
Second.
Motion and second. Freeholder comments on that one? Comments from the public? Okay, roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes, 274.
Bid contract with Northeast Plumbing Services Limited Liability Corporation for plumbing maintenance and repairs for a 2-year period in the amount of $274,000.
Move.
Second.
Motion and second. Freeholder comments on that one? Comments from the public? Roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. A couple items advanced from the budget committee here, 275.
Extraordinary unspecifiable services contract with Insurance Agencies, Inc. to obtain flood insurance for the Atlantic County Animal Shelter, amount not to exceed $1,609.
Move. Second.
Oh man, you jumped over your motion.
Jumped right over it.
All right, motion and a second. Any freeholder comments on that one? Comments from the public? Roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes, 276.
Extraordinary unspecifiable services contract with Insurance Agencies, Inc. to purchase a policy which will reduce the named storm wind deductible, amount not to exceed $30,679.24.
Move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Freeholder comments on that one? Yes, freeholder Formica.
Jerry, the premium here is $30,000. How much are you saving on the deductible?
Since a lot of our property is east of the Garden State Parkway, we were in the zone where our deductible could run as high as $1 million. This would reduce the deductible down to $100,000 in the event of a named windstorm event. This coverage is being shared with the other two entities. In fact, the policy is over, I think it's close to $70,000. The HCUA is paying a higher the event of a named windstorm event. So this is policy of insurance is placed through the underwriters at Lloyd's in London, and in the event of a named windstorm event, instead of paying deductibles that could run as high as $1 million, we would be capping our deductible at $100,000. So it makes sense to me that we should do that.
Does the coverage extend to our communication towers, such as the ones in Atlantic City?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other freeholder comments? Okay, comments from the public? Okay, roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. 277.
Amending extraordinary unspecifiable services contract with Glen Insurance, Inc. to purchase an extension of the storage tank pollution liability policy with terrorism through Plum and Foster for the county's 6 underground storage tanks, net increase $1,037.40.
Second.
Motion in second. On that, while we look for a new insurance provider, any questions? Comments from the public? Roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. 278.
Modification number 1 to the federal aid agreement with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for fiscal year 2018, federal aid funding for construction costs associated with the resurfacing of Delilah Road in the township of Egg Harbor in the amount of $426,460.03.
Moved.
Second. Motion and second. Freeholder comments? Comments from the public? Roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. 279.
Modification number 1 in the Funds Exchange Program cost reimbursement agreement with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for Transportation Trust Fund funding for the design costs associated with Margate Ventnor Bicycle Infrastructure Project. Additional funding, $19,135.10.
Moved.
Second. Motion in second. Freeholder comments? Comments from the public? Roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. 280.
Reappointment of John Vernon, Jill Hawk Down, Dan Brown, Gary L. Dedeman, Christy Baker Gardner, Mike Kelly, Vincent R. Kirkland, Amanda Leese, Lennon Moore, Kurt Olson, Jerome M. Page, Eric Scheffler, Christine Totaro, and John Thorson to the Atlantic County Criminal Justice Advisory Board for terms to expire on April 1, 2020.
Moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any appointees here by chance? Okay. Any questions from the board? Questions from the public? Okay, roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. 280A.
Reappointment of Walt Vernon to the Atlantic County Criminal Justice Advisory Board for a term to expire on April 1, 2020.
Moved.
Second. Motion and a second. I want to thank the, our agenda preparers for pulling this out separately. Walt Vernon is my stepfather, so I'll have to recuse from that paper. Any other freeholder comments on that one? Any comments from the public? Okay, roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Yes.
Bertino? Corsi?
Not brother, yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes, because it's not his brother.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Abstain. 281. I'm sorry, let's take 281 to 283, the road race solicitations.
Moved.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a second. Freeholder comments on any other solicitations? Comments from the public? Okay, roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Formica?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gatto.
Yes. 284.
Recognizing May 2019 as Mental Health Awareness Month, sponsor Freeholder Maureen Kern.
Moved.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Freeholder Kern, Vice Chairwoman Kern, you want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, just a couple things. We do these awareness not just to get a better understanding of mental health and the issues that go on and to reduce the stigma attached to such, but we also try to do this to keep the public updated on what we have throughout the county available to people. And I'm going to bring up, this is actually part of my committee reports, because next week is National Police Week, and in conjunction with that, Atlantic County Police and Mental Health Services are teaming up with CIT and J Center of Excellence program to offer a free 40-hour course on crisis intervention team training. And it's sponsored by CIT and J Center of Excellence and Atlantic County Steering Committee. This is a great program that they've put together, and it puts together many people throughout our community to, you know, the police are usually the first ones on site when somebody's having a mental health crisis. So it's to train them, concentrate on de-escalation techniques, scenario-based training, and resources within Atlantic County. Also, there was a new pilot program that we were one of 6 counties that were designated to receive grant funding, and it's called Pathways to Recovery, and this is brand new. So it comes from the Department of Labor and Workforce Development, and it looks to reduce barriers to employment for individuals and family members. The purpose of Pathways to Recovery is to provide training opportunities, support services to get people back to work. It is things such as transportation, childcare, clothing, driver's license restoration. And this is for individuals as well as family members that may have been impacted by mental health and the opioids. So I have some information for everyone up here if you'd like to see what this new program has to offer. But we do quite a bit throughout the county, and we're always out there trying to make everybody aware of what we do and what is available.
Thank you. Any other freeholder comments? Freeholder Bennett, I kind of looked at you because I knew, given your passion for this as well. Go ahead.
Yes, so as a mental health provider for a decade now, I just want to say thank you for bringing this forward, as well as I'm excited to see the CIT training coming to Atlantic County. I did take that training in another county. I work in Cape May as a crisis evaluator, and I've been in the field with countless officers, and so it actually is a really good training that gives a better understanding between what the police perspective is, but as a mental health provider, what our perspective is. And so for us to be able to continue to dialogue for the safety of all of our patients is important, and so thank you for that.
Thank you, Freeholder Bennett. Any other freeholder comments on this resolution? Okay, any comments from the public on that one? Okay, seeing none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Ramika?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gad.
Yes, and 285.
Resolution supporting the work and services supplied by the Atlantic County Office of Aging as funded by Older Americans Act, urging reauthorization of the act by Congress and declaring May 2019 as Older Americans Month in Atlantic County.
Moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. You didn't get a chance to say.
The freeholder Karen.
There we go.
Sorry about that.
Motion and a second. Freeholder Fitzpatrick, do you want to
Sure.
talk about that?
So the Older Americans Act was originally enacted in 1965 as part of the package of the social movement in the 60s, and supports home and community-based services that are provided by the Atlantic County government, including Meals on Wheels and other nutrition programs, in-home services, legal services, elder abuse prevention, and caregiver support. Also, physical fitness and other social services. Cindy McNellis is the director of the Area Office on Aging. I may have said that backwards. And I am the freeholder liaison to the Senior Citizens Advisory Commission. And Cindy has done a fantastic job of engaging that committee and giving jobs to everybody on that committee so that there's a lot more action going on there. And I invite Cindy McNellis to come up and say a few words about the Older Americans Act.
Okay. Pull that microphone to the center and use that so everybody can hear you.
Well, I thank you so very much.
Okay.
I want to thank you so very much. I'm so honored. And I'm also so humbled by the fact that I am now in the position that I'm in as the director of the Area Agency on Aging for Atlantic County. I've been with the county for almost 25 years, and the county's been very good to me and my family. The Older American Act has been part of my life probably about 23 of those 20, almost 25 years. I worked with Mary Lou Gagnon very closely as our area planner. She taught me a great deal, and we both loved what we did with the area plan. The Older Americans Act, back in 1965, by President Johnson, the vision is just one thing, and that's to provide quality of life for those living in our community, Atlantic County, as of the age of 60 and older. The vision hasn't much changed since that time. However, we also have many more people who need those services, well, because of the baby boomers. And if you were born between 1946 and 1963, you are part of that. And presently, we have approximately about 68,000 individuals who are 60 and older presently. Now, if you take a look at our demographics between 2019 and 2034, that's only 15 years. Our county, based on the federal government, labor.gov, tells us that our county is going to grow only about 6,500 individuals. However, the thing that we have to bear in mind is the shift. The shift in the age is growing. So, 15 years, county grows about 6,500 people in 5 years. 2019 to 2024. The 60-plus population grows 6,500 people in 5 years. That's huge. So the fact that we just want to reauthorize the Older American Act is not simply enough. We need to ask the Congress to add additional dollars to our act. It hasn't been added in a very long time because of sequestration. We haven't had a lot more money added to the act. If we take a look at the country as a whole, we need almost a 26% increase. If we look at Atlantic County, we need additional funding because we are evolving and we are growing into the 60-plus age category, not just 15 years from now, 5 years from now. So, again, I thank you very much, and I appreciate everything that you do, and I thank you, Freeholder Fitzpatrick, for thinking of the Older Americans Act and making this Older Americans Act month wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the press did a really great job recently covering the services that we offer as a county to our seniors and our aging population. We do have a really great website where you can not only visit senior services, but intergenerational services, so young and old, and see everything that we do have to offer. And I realize that maybe seniors aren't going online, but as children of seniors or grandchildren of seniors, it's a great place to go to seek out that information and then share it with some of the older folks that might be in your life. So there's a wealth of information, there's a wealth of services out there. We just encourage everybody to take advantage of what we do have to offer. Any other freeholder comments on that one? Yes, freeholder, please.
I would just like to say that our senior services here, in my own experience, are unbelievable. Mary Lou did an unbelievable job. The response time on a phone call was like you have concierge service, and just wanted to say out there on camera that it's an amazing resource, and the work that you're doing now is just following through, and I'm sure that all the residents should be appreciative of what we offer. So thank you for what you do.
Thank you very much. Okay, any other freeholder comments? Okay, any other comments from the public on this one? Okay, seeing none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Bennett?
Yes.
Rutino?
Yes.
Horsey?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Ramika?
Yes.
Kern?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Gaddard.
Yes. Great, that concludes the written portion of our agenda. We will now move on to any reports of special committees of the board. Anybody have any special reports? Yes, Vice Chairwoman Kern.
Okay, so I have one more thing that we have with JFS, which is Links to Health, which is another great program. And this is for anyone diagnosed with any form of schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, and or bipolar disorder. This is, and it's called Links. And it really is a great service for individuals with these diagnoses. because you can go on, you can get help and get into your appointments. It's almost like a, individual person that is assigned to you. It's exercise programs, nutrition, weight screening, and scheduling appointments and all. So that's a good program. The disability, did you have anything you wanted to say about that program? So I know you're directly involved in some of those. Disability Advisory Board, there's two bills that they're watching right now. There is U.S. Senate Bill 117, which prohibits discrimination for people with disabilities needing long-term services. So they're watching that one. There's been a bit of publicity out on that one. And then there's also the New Jersey Senate Bill 3547, which is requiring access link to operate during states of emergency. So that one, I believe, was sent to the Transportation Committee.
Okay, thank you. Any other reports, special committees? Okay, I'm sorry. Freeholder Meeting.
On the Veterans Advisory Board, there's a lot of discussion of more and more, our services are getting more and more coordinated, more and more effective with our CBOC. They finally have individuals in place that are servicing our veterans here in Atlantic County. And Bob Frollo is experiencing, for the first time, a much higher frequency of Gulf War and Iraq War veterans that are taking advantage of our services. But, Jerry, it's putting a little bit of a strain on the 1.5 employees. So I'm sure that Bob's spoken to you about trying to get another position created there, and I just wanted to bring it up at the meeting. That's all.
Okay. Jerry looks like he's going to get right on that. All right. Thank you so much for the update. Did you want to mention, just in terms of veterans, do you want to mention the Veterans Day program?
Oh, absolutely. So Memorial Day in Atlantic County, we have a very reverend and very, I think, well-run program. I think it's the last 20-something years. Jerry, is that correct?
Yes.
About how many years is it?
You talking about Karen Day?
No, I'm talking about the Veterans Memorial Program at the Veterans Cemetery.
I would say at least
25 to 30 years. And if you ever seen services on TV at Arlington, it's like a mini Arlington. This year we're going to have retired Major General Mark L. Logan, who will be our speaker. So if everybody can make it, it's Friday, May 24th. It's going to be at the Estelle Manor Park around 2 o'clock. Get there a little bit early because it's, the traffic is usually on a Friday is a little bit busy that time of year, but if you want to get a little feel of patriotism and reverence for those who have gave the ultimate sacrifice, that's a good place to go.
Great. Thank you, Freeholder. Any other Freeholder reports? Okay, seeing none. Any unfinished business? Okay, seeing none. Any new business? Seeing none. Any written communications and petitions? Yes, Freeholder Risley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I guess a number of us received some calls or emails regarding what the governor wanted to do in regards to the Fireman's Fund. And I came today prepared to ask the solicitor to write up a resolution for our next meeting. However, the governor wisely a couple hours ago rescinded his idea of going forward with taking money from the Fireman's Fund, about $33 million. I'm glad the governor stopped this. It was a bad idea. Anytime, whatever the governor is, whoever the governor, Republican, Democrats are taking money from one fund and putting it out to another fund, robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's bad business. It's bad government. It's bad all the way around. And of course, the governor used the logic that there was some administrative problems within that particular program. Well, those administrative problems can be solved on their own. You don't have to destroy the fund. You don't have to take money out of the fund. Just fix the administrative problems. It's the same kind of logic that the governor used with legalization of marijuana. He used logic that there was social issues with it, decriminalization. all of those things can be dealt with separately. And if Trenton was more of a statesman-like situation, they could deal with these individual issues on a one-by-one basis and not throw them all together into a mess. So I'm very glad that the governor decided not to do that. We need to support our firefighters, and particularly our volunteer firefighters that so aptly serve our communities. In Egg Harbor Township, where I live, we're blessed. We've got 5 volunteer fire companies. We're very, very blessed, and we need to keep them strong and financially healthy. And this particular fund provides monies for funerals and other tragedies that firefighters may endure. So I'm glad to see the governor withdrew that particular idea. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Freeholder Person. Okay, any other written communications petitions? Yes, Freeholder Fitzpatrick.
Phone call.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about that? I received a phone call from David Glick about flooding on Delilah Road, where there's a new housing development being built,
Okay.
and the construction there, it's flooding onto his property, so I think you can explain it.
I guess this is kind of public commenting, so.
Okay.
I'm sorry, nobody ever invites anybody up for
Sorry.
written communication, so if you could please give your name and address for the record.
David Blake, 6034 Delano Road, Egg Harbor Township.
Okay, thank you.
We've had a problem for a while since the golfing range was there, and we've tried to fix some of it by putting actually drains in. But now it looks like they're reconstructing the curbing, the entrance to the new apartment complex, which I think is going to bring even more rainwater to our property. We figured it was a good time to bring it up, hopefully that it actually drains or do something to alleviate the problem that's getting worse. It's flooding onto our property.
Okay.
So I reached out.
Yes, and Jerry, I think you had sent us a note back on that item that Freeholder Fitzpatrick had emailed. Do you want
I spoke with the county engineer. Mark was going to have to speak to the contractor. As you know, that's private work, it's not county. They apparently had 2 designs, without me going into a lot of, they had 2 designs. One of the designs would cost them more money. Unfortunately, they took the lesser of the 2 roads traveled, which is causing part of the problem. They decided to put the drain behind the curb, and so that's causing some of the issues. Anyway, Mark is going to speak to the engineer in charge of their job, just to find out what it is we can do to resolve this issue. So I'm waiting for Mark to see what happens.
Mark being our
Mark Schwartz, being county engineer.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yes, Freeholder.
There's something you should know about that area. When they put the expressway in, the expressway has exclusive right to drainage right behind your property, and it collects a huge amount of water off the road. There are 2 other housing projects behind, if you take English Creek all the way to the expressway at dead ends, but the housing projects that are back there in the last 5 years have had tremendous percolation problems because it's solid clay, and it gets, I'm familiar, right? So this is an area, that is sort of like getting, sort of a collection of problems. It's not just this one project where the, what was that called, Grandmasters or something, the old
Masters.
Old Masters. Yeah, that is solid clay. There's no percolation there. So I would, I will do it for you. I'll reach out with a contact for the expressway, because they would not allow those housing developments to go into their drain. They have an excellent drainage system. And that is one problem that I know 5 years ago when a friend of mine was doing the repiping there, but it is so hard, that ground, to even put, percolation drains in. It's really a tough area, so I empathize with you, is what I'm saying.
Well, I think we have 4 drains in front of the property, so it's now.
I don't know about in front of, I know behind it, the ground can't take any water without those giant drainage ponds, and then they don't go down.
In fact, the new apartment complex is a big pond now.
So I don't know, but I think reach out to SJTA as well as the engineer's reports, because I looked at that development and said, when they built that thing, it completely goes down, and it goes toward the expressway. Well, now they're not allowed to let the water go to the expressway. That's the problem. So.
I see another hand up, so we might as well just go right into public portion. So come on up, sir, and say your name and address for the record.
My name's Robert Hollinger, also at 6034 Deliza. I just wanted to say too, there is a big drain right outside of our driveway there. The water does not go down.
Won't go down.
It sits there and comes up. Our concern is they go down that road 50 plus miles an hour,
Yeah.
hydroplane. We've already had someone go in through the house across the street onto their property and also on our property at one time. So I just don't want someone getting hurt or
Yeah.
killed because that water's sitting there and it's dark on that road. So at nighttime you don't see all that water laying there until you come up on it.
Yeah, and thank you for bringing that point up as well. I think, at the very least, again, because we don't really own the project, we certainly have relationships with some of the stakeholders. So I think at the very least, maybe we could get some letters out, kind of making people formally aware of this issue. You mentioned SJTA to the project themselves. Jerry, maybe when we get some information back from the engineer, maybe Egg Harbor Township Police Department. These are just some people I'm thinking we at least kind of put them on formal notice based on some constituent input that we've had. So great. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else have any other written communications or petitions? Okay, we'll continue with public comment. Anybody else in the public wish to speak? Okay, seeing none, we'll close public comments. Let's go to good of the order.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I noticed that in the beginning of the meeting, you were so excited to be back in your hometown that we did not give homage to the legislative governing body for hosting us this evening.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do that in good of the order here. So.
That you normally do it in the beginning. I know you were excited to be home.
Well, I am very excited to be home. It's been a while since I sat in this seat when I was mayor and on township committee here in Hamilton Township for 9 years. So it is nice to be home. Lisa Marcolongo, my former person who kept me straight. Thank you so much for helping us set up and host the meeting tonight. Unfortunately, Mayor Archenker was supposed to be here. He got caught up in North Jersey with work, so he's unfortunately not here. I do see former Mayor Charlie Pritchard in the house, so thank you, Charlie. I don't know if you're here officially or on reporting duties or just as
a resident.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming. I see Randy Lafferty, who was also a solicitor for the town at one point. Thank you so much for coming. It is great to be home. We are the county seat here at Mays Landing, and I think it would be great if we had meetings here every week. Not just because I live 2 miles away, but because we are the county seat and we have so much happening here. We talk a lot about Atlantic City and what's happening down there, but there's so much happening in the rest of the county and on this end in particular. Our courthouse is right on Main Street there. Our clerk's office, our surrogate's office. So much happening. So if you're looking for services, we have the library here. There's lots all over the county for us to take advantage of from the county perspective. And again, this is all part of our hope to bring government to people, continue moving around all of our 23 municipalities in the county. We've been to a lot so far, we still have a lot to go. So it's, again, great to be home here. Thank you, Freeholder Corsi, for saying that. Anything else that you wanted to add for good of the order?
I reserve the balance of my time.
Okay. Any other good of the order down the center? Any good of the order down here? Vice Chairman.
I would like to wish all the mothers out there Happy Mother's Day.
Absolutely. To you ladies, absolutely. Okay, anything else in here? Freeholder Fitzpatrick?
I just want to mention, I was honored and happy to attend the master's and doctoral commencement today at Stockton at Big Blue. And I was there because a very dear friend of mine was receiving his doctorate degree, but it's the first cohort of a new doctoral program, organizational leadership, and that speaks to Stockton's growth and advancement in our community. It was a wonderful event, just a really happy occasion.
Yeah, and congratulations to Sergeant Nicole Nelson, who's a sergeant here in Hamilton Township. She and her husband received their doctorates today at the ceremony. They both went through that process at the same time. I don't know how their son survived, but they did. So, so congrats to them. Anything else down here? Okay, just a couple of things I wanted to announce. Senator Brown is hosting his mobile office in Absecon at the VFW on May 8th at 4:30, so take advantage of that if you'd like to connect with your senator. NJAC, the New Jersey Association of Counties, is holding their conference here in Atlantic City. At the latter part of the week, I'll be happily welcoming them from across the state here to Atlantic County. And then our county executive, Dennis Levinson, will be a part of a pasta and politics conversation that will be happening on Friday as part of the county cook-off that's going to be happening at the conference. The Stockton commencement is on Friday as well. And Richland and Ventnor are both having their kind of community days this weekend. So stay tuned for that. And then just also want to send a shout out to our nurses and our teachers, since it's Appreciation Week of both of them. I know we all appreciate the work that our nurses and teachers do in the community. Probably can't say thank you loud enough to all of them. So just extending our appreciation. That's all the good of the order I had. Anything else?
Okay, motion for adjournment.
Motion for adjourn. We have a second. Any objections? All those in favor?
Aye.